Hi, it's Christina with the Sisyphean Journal, and this is totally off topic, but I'm including it because it shows how you have to pay attention to media reports and look at what's not being said. I'm going to provide the link below, a Channel 13 WTHR report. Hertz accused of ruining innocent lives by filing false stolen car reports against customers. And the first They covered two men who were arrested for having, after Hertz reported that they had stolen cars. The first guy was clearly a case of identity theft. Somebody had rented a car from Hertz in another state using his name and address. So when the car was never returned, Hertz assumed that the name and address given by the person who rented the car was actually the man who rented the car, and the wrong guy got arrested. And it certainly would be right to look into whether there's a lack of due diligence in identifying the person who rents the car. The second story, though, was a guy who had rented a car and 3 months later still hadn't returned it and got arrested. And they were treating this as if it was part of this pattern, and they said that there were 300 and some odd people who were being represented by an attorney who'd had the same thing happen to them, Hertz falsely accusing them of stealing cars. But the second guy wasn't falsely accused of stealing a car. He stole the car. He took a rental car and never gave it back. And it was near the Hertz office. They were calling him. They were putting notes on the car. You need to bring this car back, and he didn't. So you're looking, and these two very different stories were put together. And a part of it, if you watched only the first half of this news story, it would look like this situation like the first man was in, where he never rented a car from Hertz. Why are they coming after me? Happened to this other 300 and some odd people. But these two stories are so different that they do not illustrate a pattern. What was with those other 300 and some odd people? Was it, almost exclusively cases of identity theft where the wrong person was getting arrested because their identity was stolen and they weren't the one who rented the car? Or was it 300 and some odd people who failed to bring the rental car back and one person who never rented the car? The story doesn't give us any necessary information. And the Hertz company said, we're going to look over these on a case-by-case basis. But the reporting on this was absolutely appalling. Pay attention to what's being said. Listen to the whole story. This is just a very good illustration of bad journalism.